Alright, so we're back for another session of Winds and Leaves. We had a little bit of an unexpected audio issue last time, and I hope that's not present here today. I'm gonna just preface that if it is, I am sorry. So last part was almost 3 hours of recording, and I kind of just did it a bit on a whim just because I felt like it that day. And the way I have my VR and audio set up in this room, in this office at the moment, so there's a lot of static. It not consistent, but it's intermediate, just random analog static that constantly was throughout the last recording. And that was something I tried to mitigate with a new setup I have that I didn't think about while I started last time. And I've put it back together today. I want to check my hands. They're in the wrong place again, as per usual. So this is why I don't put the straps on for the motes before I check that on boot up, because I can't really check that, or I'm not aware yet still, because I'm still new to getting back into PlayStation VR still. But yeah, okay, we're good. We got our grippy hands. But yeah, last time there was a lot of random, annoying intermittent static throughout the whole almost 3 hours that would randomly peak when like my voice rose up, or at just kind of random intervals. It's very random because it's analog. So, as a dude who does audio for work and such, the issue there generally is because of my headset that I'm listening to stuff and speaking to you through is an XLR headset that runs through a separate mixer and things like that for quality broadcast audio. And this room, this office, it's full. It's essentially like a library. It has tons of books, shelves everywhere, full of books and media and things. And my desk, which would be where this pillar thing is at the moment, where my computer and all that is rendering all this on. And the TV would be right here. But, so I have a cord. My headset's coming from over there, and it's balanced on a door that is containing my computer. It's like a large 90s media center thing. It's a big-ass wooden desk with shelves and all this other stuff. It's extendable. It's the whole suite. Something that would cost probably like $4,000 today, which is why I'm glad I got it for free from somebody. And they didn't want it anymore. And I'm just like, yeah, I'll take that. That's a really, really nice piece of furniture that you don't want anymore. And my TV, of course, is right here. My VR setup runs through all that in front of me. So I have like my XLR cord with my audio and such, balancing on a door that opens and closes with my PC inside it and stuff. The back end's empty, so there's no like overheating issues, if that's a question. But yeah, so it balances on the doorknob, and it runs up along here, up to me right here. That's what I'm touching, if you hear the cord. And the VR headset cords run just straight from the TV forward, and they're like all along my back at the moment. They're kind of strung up behind me here. And I think, knowing audio and given what type of audio issue that was, I'm pretty sure it's because what I did last time was just throw everything together. I didn't consider where the wires were going. And I'm pretty sure, well, they were, but I'm pretty sure it was an issue of the, as I'm holding it right now, the mic headset cable mingling with the VR headset. It was giving some feedback, because this cord, I don't believe I'm holding it right now. This cord, I don't believe, is insulated for anything. It's a pretty consistent issue I've had. Sometimes, it was actually an issue I had when I first made this new office, was just like weird feedback stuff, because the cord was going up against the PS5 originally, and I moved it into the current position, and that stopped happening while I did like most of the Assassin's Creed 4 remake stuff, the Sky stuff, everything between that. So I think that was the issue. If it is glitching out right now and it is still giving static, this isn't the issue, and I need to figure out what it is. So, fair warning if there's any issue like that. I can't see, hear, or anything because it's also so small that I can't see any issue on the meters. It's something I can only hear in playback. And with the way, you're like, why don't you do an audio test beforehand? The way OBS works is kind of annoying in that, like, if I boot up OBS if I boot up OBS, it might not give me any audio signal at all, and I have to reboot it like 5 times for it to give me a signal with my sound card. The sound card's fine, but OBS is a freemium software that is glitchy and doesn't like computers sometimes. So that's the preamble for today. Just a apology for last time if you watched it and there was a lot of weird glitchy... It wasn't even glitchy, it was just kind of like chirpy, beepy, you know, just like a lot of clipping noises. A lot of kind of clipping noises, so... It bugs the heck out of me. It might not bug the heck out of everybody, but... Yeah. So, today... I don't know if we're going to beat this today. But I would like to. We have 2 more sails to go on the windmill. The Panamona here in the middle. And we're going to the 3rd area. Like, the 3rd designated area with quotation marks. I'm assuming there's another area after this that we unlock somehow. I don't know how exactly, but... Yeah. If the audio glitch stuff happens, it probably very much happened there while I was giving some energy into my voice. Alright. In any case, we're going to get started here. So, I'm going to just not think about tech issues right now. Right, we planted a tree last time we were here. Is our battery good? Our battery's good. One thing, okay. Once we get to the... I can't stop and fix this right now, but when I get to this landform, I'm sorry if you're hearing any weird artifacting noises. My right arm is rubbing up against the cord for my headset right now because of this placement, and I need to put it on the other side of my arm. There we go. See, it's stuff like that. Tech issues. Okay. Let's get all the way up here. We can't see anything. Do we lose energy? I don't think we lose energy while climbing like this. So it's kind of nice that we've already been here so we already know like how these trees work and everything. So we're trying to get to that windmill up there. We have another new seed depository over here. We have what appears to be another rainstorm type deal. And a sandstorm. Okay, I didn't see the sandstorm before. Yeah, apparently last time we didn't, like, get all, quote-unquote, all of the endemic tree life over there, like the different subspecies for the trees over there, because you get a trophy for doing that. We got that for the first area over here, but not the second area. I don't care, unless it is important to the plot and, like, completion of actually getting to the end of the game. I don't really care about bonus extra stuff like that. It's neat, but that's not exactly why I'm playing the game. I want to see the story. I want to learn the lore. If there is... That's the thing. It's like, this is all like, if there is any lore like that, there is lore in the game, but like, if there's any lore about the trees in any more detailed way, then I'm good. Kind of weird how there's trees growing on the wall back over here. I wonder, well, you can't fly to those, can you? No. It's kind of weird how these guys are just, like, up against the back side of this wall. That seems maybe like an oversight, I don't know. Because that should be a dead zone. In any case, we're going to keep moving. The music here is pretty ominous. Where are we? We're not heading that way. I see like a little, really little waterfall down there below the sandstorm. Okay, this is curious. Because we're heading back into like the first area. Oh, we got to make a new tree jump over here. Okay. A little tree over here. That's nice. Problem is we're running low on battery right now, like pretty bad. Oh, that's why they left this here. Isn't it? Well, there's a problem here in that I don't know if we have enough run distance Okay. Okay, yeah, that seems to be entirely why they left this here. I'm like, why are we backtracking into one of the previous areas? It's so we can refill our battery. That's nice. That's nice on the devs' part, because I was about to say, we're probably going to die trying to plant this new tree over here. I think this is the area where I was monologuing about, like, Ansel Adams and stuff 2 parts ago. Right. Okay, we're all set to go. So, a part of why I also am, like, trying to... Like, I am enjoying the crap out of this game so far. I was planning on doing another... I've been trying to get to do another Sky part, Sky Children of the Light, since the last part I have recorded at the time of this video was the Van Gogh part. Like, just doing the whole Van Gogh story. I've been playing that game for a month and a half at this point. On my own, but I have recorded like 2 like half-hour to hour snips. I'm going to be cutting that all up into like probably 15-minute segments or something like that, because it's just way too much rambling on my part about just stuff. And where's one we can sacrifice? I don't want to sacrifice... Well, I think we can sacrifice you. Go. Stand back a little bit. Time mill. Yeah, it's a nice big one. You'll do. Woo. But yeah, I have a few snips of Sky Children of the Light that I need to edit into the proper next part. But that's the thing. Sky I can record and do whenever. The VR stuff, I kind of have to do a lot of setup to do this. And I want to make sure that I do finish this. I want to finish this soon. Not because I don't dislike the game, but I would like to move on to some other VR stuff, and I don't want to, like... another core thing I want to do is I want to take my time one at a time with each VR thing that I'm doing to fully enjoy it, immerse myself, because, like, I've been wanting to jump into that Concrete Genie VR mode for probably 3 weeks at this point. I've been playing this for for about a month or so now. And I know, because I know myself, if I jump into... This is a kind of a problem with the Assassin's Creed stuff, is that if I jump into it, I may as well just kind of sit back and talk about this while the sunset is nice like this. I know myself enough to know that if I start a different VR thing, I'm going to get sidetracked with thinking, not specifically doing, but thinking I can squeeze in more VR stuff while I'm still working on this, and then this is never going to get... this might not get finished till, like, late winter in, like, February or March or something. So I'm like, no... I'm setting some discipline down, some rules about doing the VR stuff now that I have it back again. This all looks really weird with this lighting and the FOV of the distance. It looks really like, I don't know how does this look in 2D? I have to look at my computer real quick. Oh, I can't because the VR headset is the camera. I'm dumb. It looks really weird from here. Like, it looks still hyper cell shaded, but also like low res. It looks like Mario Sunshine, kinda. Like the Panamoto main windmill in the distance there, and like the tornadoes over there look kind of like Mario Sunshine from here. And then they look like really nice, and there's HDR lighting and such, and high quality light. It's just like, okay, that's funny. Lighting, I love lighting systems. I work with them, so. Yeah, no. For me, getting back on track. Once again, you see just how like scatterbrained I get. It's just like when I'm doing something like this, and because this is a new part for the channel again, and the kind of media I'm trying to enjoy at this moment, I'm well aware of myself that it's like, okay, I need to sit down, and I don't care if it takes a month or 2 months. I'm playing this video game, and I'm just doing this, and when I'm done with this, then I'm going to move on to the next one. It's like trying to read multiple books at once. I don't know people who can do that, like how they can do that, because like if I'm reading a book, if If I'm reading a really nice book, like I read some of the Mist novels this past summer because they were gifts to me, and I don't know someone who could like read multiple novels at once and like keep the plot. Like when I read the Witcher novels back in like 2021 again, while I was doing the Witcher playthrough, that was perfect for me because I was able to focus not just in video games on The Witcher, but in books, and so much of my like media consumption and enjoyment and fantasy and all that kind of stuff from like January of 2021 to May of 2021 was entirely absorbed in the world of The Witcher. I was living it, man. It was fantastic. But like that's the thing, is like you just need to stick with it and stick with it for a while, and then when you're done with it, you move on to the next. All right, this one's dead. Oh, that's okay. We're good. We're good. I heard the death noise in my headset. That looks like a giant potato to me. I don't know what you see, but the lighting here is kind of scuffed. That just looks like a big potato. Sky potato. We're not planting tomatoes, but sky potatoes. What do we got? You. No? Wait. Yeah, this is the one. I was about to say, you. You're not the sky potato. You're still not. But maybe one day you could be. Right. So. Oh. We got one more. We're going to see if this works or not. And move over here. Some of the ground's having some weird, like, lighting issues with, like, FOV. You can see, like, the texture. I don't know if you could see this. I can see this in 3D, but the texture up ahead of us, like, 20 feet ahead, is different than what's down here. And it keeps, like, flashing back and forth between them. Time Mill! He-Man! The Time Mill is the secret of Snake Mountain. With its power, Beastman and I will capture you as a baby and kill you. But Skeletor, the Time Mill only goes forward, not backwards. Yeah, well then we'll kill your future children. It's fine. Okay, this worked out. Okay, no. We need the fruits. We need the fruits. Oh, man, that's the thing I need to get back to. Like, that was not too bad, but I just did like a full stop in 3D here while moving fast, and I wasn't expecting it. Just kind of like, if it's like when you stop a car really fast, you just kind of jolt forward. You're like, oh crap. It's a little bit motion sickness there, but not bad. Okay, we got another fruit. 8, 6, 6 fruit. Order now. For the finest succulents. Well, I know the audio test, like I know reviewing the audio for this is going to be interesting because I'm going even all the way to Skeletor with my energy today. So I will definitely see whether or not if this that I have done for today fixes the issue. And if it doesn't, then I know it is some other issue that is probably in software. Let me just double check the chords real quick. Ooh, yeah, I need to put you up there. Thank you. The cord fell off the handle to that cabinet. For no reason. So, how many do we have? We could take one more. I'd rather stock up now. I'd rather stock up now than have to deal with it later. Which we're still going to have to, because that's part of the game. Alright. Raise myself up a bit. We all good? I think we're good. Right, let's take a look at what we're dealing with here on our first plateau. I also haven't moved... I have a conjecture that maybe, like, the mic is right here. It's where it always is when I'm recording regular games. I don't know if it's just, like, because of the VR headset and the mic being, like, down here, if it's just, like, too close to the headset and it's getting some sort of weird kind of resonant feedback from it. I highly doubt that, but I don't know. I'm thinking it's more of a chord issue. Let's take a look at our shadow. We are a shadow man, a blob. I'm thinking it's more of a chord issue. I just want to see those clouds separate real quick. That's pretty neat. They actually had some sort of gradation between the actual separation of their entities. It's nothing like Sky's cloud. Sky has some of the most insanely beautiful and accurate cloud graphics in any video game or media I've seen. We had shadows pop in. That was a bit of a technical gaffe. Alright, come on. I keep forgetting I can just like pull it out and it'll go for whatever the immediate seed requirement is. It's a good quality of life thing that I just keep forgetting about. Like, I can just hover here and grab the one that I need for it. I just constantly keep forgetting that that's a thing. I don't mind it. I've played enough point-and-click adventure games to take my time with games. I love Shenmue. Okay. We need to get over to this guy. I'm also curious how much these weather entities move. Okay, this is our last one before we advance. Okay. We got another tree jump over there. So let's see how this goes. Yep. Yep, we're all good. I'm probably going to use this as the thumbnail. You know, something like this, one of these charging station Panamona devices, effigies, whatever they really are, it would make like a really, really pleasing kinetic toy. Something you'd have on like your desk or something, even if it was like powered by a battery or whatever. It's just like a really pleasant looking kinetic toy type device in its design. So, what is the function of... I'm going to take a second, actually, just like try to logic this out. So, we have a dead tree, sort of dead tree, that is like... Oh. Like, it charges that. So, the roots, of course, here require energy from the other trees around us. That's a pretty standard root system network for trees. So, if you don't know much about plants... So, most forests and trees like this, their root systems, you could think of them kind of... This is going to be a lot of metaphors, but they kind of function similar to nervous systems, but not in the same way. They can let the trees communicate to each other if they're connected to the overall network underneath the ground of their root systems. They can tell if predators are nearby eating leaves. They can communicate then to other trees to set up toxins in their leaves to prevent like caterpillars or other insects or what have you from eating them. There are fungal networks underneath the ground that are very, very large that can also help plants and the funguses themselves communicate with each other into what is going on the surface. So I'm just like, okay, so this is a neural network of the trees that is being reconnected by regrowing the forest here, which in essence is giving this thing energy through that neural connection. These wires, what are these really? Are they just like... I'm not sure if these are supposed to be like just like strings or wires or maybe like fungal strands. This is where we get into like theory craft for what this device is and how it would work. Functionally, let me just tell you this. Functionally, biologically, if this were to actually work in some sort of real way, these cords with the glow coming off them up into this device, they, to me, would have to be some sort of fungal material because they're not functionally any sort of like root system or anything like that. They're like fungal strands that are being strung through these wavers, which are hinged for some reason to move with the wind. But I'm just like, what does the wind have to do with this device to help it function? Because it's supposed to be, it's attached to the ground. It doesn't really have to move per se, unless it's just for tension. If it's just for like tension relief, so the cords can stay like limber. Because you can see it's stringing them around. So to me, this is to keep elasticity in the cords for some reason. It's a very odd device, and I'm very intrigued by it, and I'm just trying to make sense of it of what I actually know about biology and like networking and technology. Because functionally, if this whole thing were just biological materials, these cords would have to be a type of fungus. And then it all goes up into that. I'm just like, why? This is a fantasy device that I'm trying to rationalize here. But like, it's these cords are transmitting the energy, but like, why up there? What is up there? It's like they're going into this top pole, and then they're being siphoned to the center of the top of the tree up there. Is it just to pull it down in a convenient manner with these growths? Because this is also similar. That's another thing where like, is this a fungus? Because there are funguses that glow like this. This is absolutely not a material that would be natural to a tree, but to a fungus, this would be appropriate. My main question here, because you can see the top of it is actually moving too. I didn't notice that. The top hinge above the pole here is actually rotating with it. So I'm like, what kind of mechanism is that, and for what purpose is it? We're never going to know. It's complete. This is where I'm just like, I would love an art book. I've said it a few times through this playthrough at this point. But just like, oh, there's some interesting ideas here. And the funny part is that rationally, and this is why it doesn't look too out of place when you see it enough, rationally, it's something that could be built, except for you would need to find fungal strands that are strong enough for this. And they would more than likely have to be made, well, they would have to be made like by somebody. You would have to make these fungal strands themselves. Depending on what fungus it is, it could survive that process and still function as some sort of quote-unquote lines of communication between other fungus and tree life. Well, tree life, just like plant life. But like, yeah, there's some whoever designed that thing did have some general understanding of some biology. I just don't know if that was intentional or if they just whiffed it and it happened to work out for them on that end. Because I'm like, yeah, very interesting. I've not just like sat down and like looked at one of those. I've seen them. They're the battery stations. They're important throughout the game. I think they're really, really neat looking. But that's the thing, is like you need to just like sit down and look at something for like 10 minutes and try to think like, okay, how does this work? Why does this work? Can it work? You need to ask all the questions. When will you wear wigs, Mr. Woods? Will you wear a wig? When will you wear wigs? Now I want to watch Lord of the Rings. I'm hoping, I'm at least assuming that they at least had, I don't know how many people on Trebuchet's team made this. I don't know if it was the whole studio or a couple people. But I would assume it was the whole studio for this, but like I'm hoping at least that there was like someone with some biological knowledge or at least did a lot of research and such to kind of conjecture stuff like that. That is, I don't think that's the right fruit, is it? Oh no, we're out of the right fruit. Okay, so we're gonna have to get some more. So I'm gonna let the ones I just put down grow. Even though we can't really see them right now, but we just need a lot of these trees here to grow at the moment. Because that's the thing, the trees that are present in this game aren't real trees. They're like these Dr. Seuss fantasy, really cool artistic. Like if this was done as like sketchwork, it would look like something from Toulouse-Lautrec, and I like that. If Toulouse-Lautrec was into making fantasy worlds. I don't... He was much more into his ballerinas, but if he was into weird surreal art, this is kind of how I think he would interpret some trees in France. I don't actually know if I want to say Trebuchet's from Quebec. I want to say they are. I think they are. I don't know. Also, another reason why I would like to try to get this moving along with the VR stuff. Once again, it's like it's a big setup. It's something I just am like, okay, we're doing VR today. It's like a whole kind of day thing for me. Just prepping and like not prepping, like it doesn't take like a whole day to set this stuff up or anything, but it's just like I just need to be aware with myself, like, okay, we're doing this today, and that we're not like recording Assassin's Creed, we're not doing any other sort of recording that could be like I could do like Sky and Assassin's Creed or something else in like the same day or something like that if I wanted to. No, this is very much just like the only thing that I'm doing. I'm not watching a movie after this. I'm just doing this. But I have another... I'm going back to Chicago again at the end of the month. And I have another concert. And I have some gigs coming up. And if I can get out of this tree, thank you. And like my schedule is about to start getting very busy again, so it's like, okay, I don't want this game to get lost in the fog of me doing a bunch of in real life stuff in the meantime, because I would like to enjoy this without feeling like, you know, like doing stuff busy for one day, then the next day you have a day off and feeling like Well, I need to do something. I guess I'll play the VR game again. I don't want that. I really don't want that. With this game, I want to really enjoy this. So, while I am enjoying this, it is also a bit of a time thing. That's kind of why I'm hoping we beat this today, but I have my doubts. I have my doubts. Anyway, so let's get moving on this. Once again, I keep forgetting the shorthand version of this. Given that I don't know, I think that might be a snowstorm right there. I'm not sure, because we have the sandstorm over here. I'm not sure if that's a snow or a rainstorm. I'm gonna use one of these just because we have a lot of them and we don't really need them right now. Oh, I think I see. I think I see what's going on here. Let me let this play out a bit and I'll talk about it. That is a lot of that seed. So we have this one going this way, which leads towards a new seed depository mechanism thing with the rainstorm. Then we have the sandstorm over here. I saw earlier while we were planting those other trees, we have another jump point over here. So it looks like this area is split into two paths, which is interesting. Kind of sucks that this guy kind of grew right here, though. Little cumbersome in your placement, dude. I wish we had like an axe to cut down a tree. Wouldn't that be against this whole game's ethos? You know, I want to commit... We're this far in the game. I want to commit violence against one of the... Specifically one of the trees. No. But that is a funny thought that just crossed my mind. I'm like, you know, if we had an axe, we could clear this up and make it look kind of nicer. It's just like, that goes against everything this game's trying to do. But I think that this area over here with this tree... I think this is the one that's going to have to deal with the sandstorm specifically, but yeah, it looks like this map area is split into two. I'm guessing that this is what they hopefully expect you to go to first because it's further away from the windmill. And to me, that tells me that... oop, no, get down out of there. We need a better jump than that. Something awkward like that. There we go. That's kind of funny. We can't jump in front of the tree, but we can like jump onto one of the lower parts of the tree when it's not even branches. Yeah, I'm assuming that this is... I'm assuming this is where we're supposed to go next. What is that? Also, what is the soil here? It is a very good thing we kept our pine trees, although we don't have the right one. Ooh. Right. So we need it to be a vertical? We need a vertical square. So we're gonna go on the other path next and just take a look at what's going on over there. Come on, go back in your holster. Thank you. But yeah, so like my schedule's about to get very busy again with gigs and traveling and doing in real life stuff. Like it already has been. I just got back from Chicago recently from a concert and some gigs and meeting with people, networking, all that kind of good jazz. But ooh, this looks very... I'm not sure if we're really supposed to care too much about that aside from it being other stuff, because it doesn't look like there's actually anything over there. If you look at it, it's empty on those plateaus. It's just like that little waterfall area, so I think that has some lore to it, similar to the top of that mountain we found kind of useless last time. But, yeah, so we got a battery point over there, we got some jump points over there. It still looks rather big because we got another tower way off further over there. We got a jump point here, which we're going to jump to next to get to a new sapling spot mechanism thing. I want to see how this tornado moves. It moves right in front of us into the wasteland, and it forms out of that waterfall, and it crosses over that Oh, it doesn't cross over a battery spot. That's a windmill we have to fix. Oh, that's going to be interesting. So we're going to have to make saplings that can survive this this tornado, whether we like it or not. We could get away with that last time on that map over there. The tornado was just a bit of a barrier. But we're going to have to pull out kind of what we knew, kind of what we learned from the snow area. We didn't even have to deal with the rain area, actually, over there either. But yeah, so we got a battery spot over there. The tornado runs all up along this front area here. We have some jump points over to that section. We're going to get to this next. Because it looks like we get to that, then we cross over, go down here, and have to... I'm assuming that's another battery spot. I can't see it rendered now, but there's a circle there in the ground. And then we have to try to get to this windmill and make it survive with this tornado here. And then we're going to cross over here, get over to that battery spot, and jump over there to progress forward. I think that is the play. We got another battery spot here. Let me just see. You're new? Okay. What in... I don't even know how to describe that symbol aside from, like, angry. That's like an anime agitation mark. So given that we have a full battery, and we don't know what that is, we're gonna hope that this mechanism gives it to us. You will be sacrificed and made anew into better things. Good luck, my child. Stand back, stand back, stand back, run away! Ah, yes. The Earth Penis. Yeah, that's a new tree. It's kind of like a birch in like its core trunk design. This kind of patterning, but it's yellow. Alright, give me your seeds. Let's see what you got. Oh, I was going to say that one fell out over here. What are you? Okay, I think that's right. But now the next question is, what do we get rid of? I'm kind of leaning more on getting rid of... I think we're going to get rid of this. Maybe... I think we're going to get rid of this one here. It is a little cumbersome to get rid of the fruits, but I also just hope it doesn't, by, like, making these appear in the overworld proper, I hope it doesn't, like, despawn the ones we just had fall. Oh, we got a lot of them so far. I think that one is expired, yeah. How many do we got? We got enough to start. At least in my opinion. I do also find it interesting. It doesn't seem like these trees, the main large ones that give you the new fruits, they don't seem to really integrate with the network for the battery ones. Because it's connected, but it's not started up in any serious way. I don't know. In any case, we're going to liven this place up and make it fresh and beautiful again. A wonderful spring awaits us on the horizon. Oh, that's actually interesting. So the battery's still draining. It doesn't count the surrounding grass sphere of one of these as like a safe area either. That's kind of funny, but to me that also just kind of seems a bit like a little bit of an oversight. Okay. Let her rip. There we go. Yeah, unlike the blue trees, and that's the thing, this could just be like my own perception of the seeds and the trees and how their drop rates are. But these trees seem very plentiful in seeds compared to the winter trees we had before, where it seemed kind of, as I try to break some of the physics here to get this guy. There we go. Yeah. Compared to some of the winter trees last time, where the drop rates for their seeds seem pretty low, or at least kind of untimely and cumbersome. How many do we have? We could take one more. It's gonna be you. It's gonna be you right here. If I can grab it. Nice. All right then. Let's continue. Let's fix our battery. I keep forgetting I could just do that. every time I do it, I'm just like, oh, right. I don't have to wait at the doctor's office. I can make the doctor's office come to me. Whoop. All right. Let's recharge our battery real quick. Just top it off. No, get back in your holster. Alright, so this is now a safe and purified area. Let's wrap that up. I don't know what the music just... like, why there was a fun jingle there. Which normally only happens if you're completing something. Come on, give me the fruit. Give me the fruit. Come on. Fine. I'll find my fruit somewhere else. Okay, that is full stock. So now, I'm assuming we head this way towards that windmill. Yeah, there was a battery depot down here. Battery depot. It's like a Home Depot, but for batteries out here. Come down to the battery depot. We got all your battery needs. We got wood. We got seeds. What do you mean those aren't batteries? To us they are. Okay, so this is where the fun's gonna begin. So, let's jump down, see what the soil is. We need to make a new type of tree. Whoop, oh my god! That went way farther than I thought it would. Come on. Now it's too pathetic. There we go. Okay, yeah, that first throw was crazy. I didn't expect that to happen. So... this. And it showed that it should be correct, so let's see what happens. It looks good. It gave a green. It's like a little bush, though. It's like a sad little bush. Oh no. We made the micro penis of trees. I'm sorry, guys. Look at him, he's so small. It's like cute but pathetic at the same time. Okay. So... this is an interesting... also, there's some weird layer priority stuff going on with the reticules for the fruits on there with this thing. Interesting to see that they have priority over this. Whoop! Don't smack myself in the face with it. So, drop this. I want to take a look at the inventory we got right now. Like, we have some circle... I think we're going to get rid of this guy down here in the bottom corner. Yeah, I think we are. But that's the other thing, is we have that other area we went to last time. We know where we can get this stuff if we need more of it. We just have to backtrack a bit, if that is the case. The micro penis of trees. I am sorry that you have to deal with me. That's just the first thing that came to mind when I saw it. I was like, oh, it's so sad and pathetic. It barely grows. You know, I'm a high-class guy, but my sense of comedy isn't. Oh! What do you mean? Oh, the grass is really quickly starting to dissipate. What happened? Is it just because it needs more than one? We're gonna plant a bunch and see what happens, and hopefully... we only have these 3 seeds. So I'm kind of hoping this works. The grass is starting to die. Okay, I want to stand back and take a look. I'm just wondering if this is like a survival together situation. And I'm also going to take seeds from these guys if I can, which they seem to be giving them now. Because we need more anyway. That was kind of weird. Go in there. Because this is the right one, right? Triangle, fall, maple leaf. Needs space between them to grow. Okay, but like, the other one died on its own. So like, what do you mean, game? I'm kind of tempted just to plant this guy, actually, just cause. Just to let him live and die. And just see how that works out for him. Oh, it's so mean. Come on, little guy, you can live. I see you there. Okay, we got some more seeds. Yeah, they grow so small. And yet they're so juicy. I'm sorry. You know, Batman, you don't have to say these things out loud. You could just say them to Alfred in the Batcave if you want. I'm pretty sure he's deaf in one ear. It doesn't matter. Just don't say them to me. Okay, yeah, that initial issue seemed to have been a survivalist issue where they needed to, like, have more of them around. We know that that's a common issue with weird environments like this. But, it was also kind of weird to get that prompt saying that they need more space. It's just like, well, do you want them alone or not? Do you want them to die alone and sad by themselves out here in the middle of nowhere? And now you're telling me the opposite. Come on, game. No, not you. Not you. Why are you trying to get me to use... What's-its? We need this guy. Not the other one. I don't know why the game is trying to prompt me to use the other one. It's like a little bug. Some sort of issue there. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to plant another one over here. We are then going to plant right here. We're going to plant... So it wants another new type of tree. It wants horizontal with triangle. So we're going to plant one of these. And I guess... Do we have anything else that's triangle? No, just these? Okay. Alrighty. We're going to plant them together and see how that works. Alright, let's go. Whatever it is, it's going to die, it seems. I would like to see if we can get a seed out of it, though. Because that's the thing. To survive the tornado, it's probably... And that's probably why it's prompting this kind of a seed setup here with two of them. It's one of those situations where we need two types of trees to survive this natural phenomenon. like we had with the snowstorm. My thing is I want to get the seed from it and see what it is, because we don't have the horizontal one at the moment. Okay, we got seeds. If we don't want to get stuck on that. What do we got here? They look a little different. What are you? It's the regular ones. So that didn't work. Which is a bit of an issue, in my opinion. These other trees seem to have done fine. No, I didn't want to grab it again. I wanted to grab you. Okay, we can take one more. There we go. So, we're gonna watch this thing. It goes right over the entire radius of that spot. Ah, that's fun. It goes over both. Well, it doesn't go over this bridge, but it does go over the other one. I also want to see if this other tree we planted dies. I don't know if it will, because we still gave it one of the proper seeds. We just thought it would make a new tree. Oh, we are in the sandstorm at that point. Okay. Good to know. So... let's take a look at this. I forgot. The tornado, no matter what, rapidly deteriorates us. Get it away from me. Tornado. Does that mean it will survive? Okay, we're doing science before we go over to that windmill real quick. I'm just curious if that tornado symbol means that it's resistant. And then we have that rainstorm to deal with later. Okay, let's watch some science. A natural phenomenon. So they're growing. Here comes the tornado. They're still growing. Yeah, we're just gonna watch the... Ooh, they died! Okay, we're away from the tornado. Yeah, they died from the tornado. So it doesn't mean that they can survive it. Even that guy died. Plant trees that match normal soil near trees matching conditions so they can support each other over time. This is what I was thinking was going to be the case, but the more confusing part to me is like, okay, so then how do we get this other tree? So we have square. We need this triangle one, but with this mark. So I'm going to try again to make a tree that can survive this. It says it's going to make that. So I'm going to trust the system. This is the exact scenario we did with that tree over here that didn't end up working right. Maybe the different soil conditions are a requirement. I don't know. Let's just see. Okay, there it is. Okay, we didn't die from the tornado, which is nice. We need that new tree, man. We need new trees now. Call J.G. Treesworth. 8776 now. Yeah, we're fine on the tornado. It's doing the effect, but it's not like draining the battery, it seems. I'm just waiting for this guy to drop some seeds. Let's take a look at it. Oh, he did drop a seed. What are you? Yay! Okay. We're back in business. So, with that, we're going to get rid of you. You have served us well. But it is time for a new king. A new king of fruit. So, I'm going to climb up into here. Get you guys. Because you guys are the chosen ones. Right now. Okay, I'm gonna go down. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to begin anew with you. And try not to die. And plant you. So, once again, I just want to watch this. That other one still says it's going to die. It lived long enough to make seeds. Yeah, at this point, I'm pretty sure there's going to be another part for the last area. I don't know what that could entail, because this is kind of the last area on the map, I think, aside from the starting area again. So maybe it's, because I know that there's like windmills and stuff behind the starting area that we didn't interact with. So I'm assuming that is like the quote-unquote final area. I love how for most of this playthrough I've used these claws for quotes, because that's kind of what they're best for, with their grippiness. But, okay, let me take a look at what we got. Okay, we're good here. No, go back. Thank you. Okay, I think we're ready to take on the windmill over here. I just recharge my battery, and we'll get moving on it. Apparently it was already full. Okay. So I'm assuming we need 2 windmills like last time to get the big one up and running again. A little more. That should be fine. I also just don't want the tornado bugging me while I do this. I need some privacy. Gonna make a big circle. We're gonna stand back and see if this works. My main concern here is just whether or not if they're going to link as a forest proper. See if these different trees help each other out. Let's see. Because I see these are actual biological concepts. I see a lot of them. The ones that are wind prone looked red, so we just got to see if they survive this. Are they going to help each other? We got the windmill up and running. I want to see if this lasts, though. Okay. So far, so good. Let's take a look. And that's the other thing. I understand. I understand that these trees are small because they need to survive wind. That's actually another kind of evolutionary product with trees. Ooh, I don't want the shovel. Thank you. It's why, like, a lot of desert trees, it's why apple trees are kind of stunted looking. They're kind of small and scrangly looking and such. Most of that is just so they can survive large open-air areas with a lot of wind. It makes them very hardy. They can survive in some really crap conditions on the planet. So it's like, I understand, once again, why these trees look like they do. I just think it's funny. It's funny because up to now, we haven't really seen too many... I think there's like one of the winter trees kind of look like this, but like most of the trees in this game have been really tall, like those, the green ones. Most of the trees in this game have been pretty adequately tall in their height. Okay, so we got this windmill up and running, which is fantastic. Now we gotta move forward. Are we good on our seeds? We could do with maybe a few more. Okay, we're full up on that one, which tells me that we could use some with this. And we are full on that. Alright. So I want to progress time a bit so the tornado's out of the way. Yeah, it's making those other ones spin. Yeah, I can see the vines growing halfway up to that large windmill up there. So we're halfway done. So there is another batch of windmills somewhere that we have to find. Oh, something... I don't know what that was visually, but... Alright. Oh. Well, this is kind of awkward. I hope we make a new tree out of this. It looks fine, but we'll see. Nothing is guaranteed. Yeah, I guess the sandstorm does go away right here. I was like, wouldn't it get killed by the sandstorm? The tornado? Okay, we got fruiting bodies, so let's take a look at what these are. What are you? I think this is correct. So, let me put you down for a second. I'm gonna get rid of these. Ooh, the game's being really, really touchy right now. I'm just gonna hold it like right out in front of me, in front of the move camera real quick. This thing is like, I'm in a big open room right now, so it should not be having any weird issues with that too much. The only thing that's really in the way is the table, and I put the headset on right next to me. Once again, this is such a small tree. We got another Panemona over here. I'm gonna plant a tree here. Just in case this one randomly decides to die, or if it needs a friend to survive. And yeah, the next thing that... So with the channel specifically, like what's going on with the games... I've already talked a little bit about the sky. That is not what I need. So we are out of those, so I need to wait for some to grow. I've already talked enough about the sky stuff. There's some... I'm waiting for a day just for me to just sit down and like do the part that I intend to do in full, because I have some snips to add to it from me playing randomly throughout the past month. The finale for Assassin's Creed Resynced should be next. That should be the so there's going to be an Assassin's Creed video before this. There should be an Assassin's Creed video after this. That should be the next video after this, is me finishing Assassin's Creed Resynced. And then we presumably would finish this game in the video after. Hold on, I need these seeds. I started to see them just disappear. I'm like, no. That's important. But yeah, Assassin's Creed should wrap up with Black Flag in the next video. Once again, this is all just tentative, presumably. I'm going in assuming that's how that will play out. Then the video after this for Winds and Leaves should be the last one. Once again, presumably. This isn't the longest game in the world, but it's a little... It seems like it's a little longer than like Robinson the Journey or Damascene, where they're around like 5 or 6 hours. I already have like, at this point, I probably have like 8 hours with today. Like this is like 7, 8. I started this today with 7 hours, so I'm assuming we're at like 8.5 hours or something. I don't know what time it is. So this is a little longer. Which, once again, I'm totally fine with. Because I'm having fun. And I want to know your secrets. I want to know the secrets of this ancient civilization and the Panamona. I'm honestly also not going to be disappointed if there is, like, no, like, insane revelation or lore drop or anything like that at the end of this. I'm not going to be disappointed in that because there already hasn't really been any, and most of it has been stuff that I've just, you know... I don't think that the game is going to give me a different storytelling mechanism or narrative, like... What's the word? Not method, but, you know, just kind of like leeway, like the way that it's telling stuff. I don't expect some sort of massive lore bomb or something or anything with this game about who you are as the gardener, what happened here, what is the cataclysm. If there is anything like that, that would be very interesting to me, but I'm not expecting that. And we got another one that we need to make. Oh no, we already have this one. Never mind. Yeah, we're all ready to go for this one. That's nice. I'm just going with the flow, man. Alright, we used most of the seeds here for this. Let's hope it all works. That really is just like with the little music cue and such. That's just so satisfying. Just to see this wasteland turn into a nice place, a nice safe place, a nice comfy place. I I reiterated this probably I think in the second part, how it seems that the marketing team for this chose the really bad idea of marketing this as like a cozy game in VR. Most people don't play cozy games in VR. This is at its core a puzzle game, and you kind of have to lock in, which is really funny, and why I'm like, why did they try to market this as a cozy game? You kind of have to lock in with your brain on this one. It's not like a complex game, but you still have to rationalize. You still have to observe your surroundings, rationalize, understand that there are things that can hurt you, and it's not like Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing where you can just shut your brain off and not think about anything for hours and hours. It's not like that at all. So I don't understand why they would have marketed this game like that. It's comfy. I will say, to a person like me who likes the weirdly stark and surreal like Myst and like other VR artsy games like Firewatch or Dear Esther, things like that, this is comfy in like an isolationist kind of surreal way, but it's not comfy in any sort of way in like a homey, like you could enjoy eating cupcakes while playing this kind of game. That isn't here. At least it isn't for me. And I play a lot of, I look for games like this, and these types of games are the types of games that stick with me for years afterwards. That's why, like, when I replayed Concrete Genie last year, which is really crazy to me that I almost replayed that almost a year ago now. That's crazy to me. That's the thing, though, is that's what I'm talking about. Is like, I play a game like that, and it just stays with me. It just stays with me. Like, I played Dear Esther almost 3 years ago. That's crazy to me, because I still feel like I remember that, like, from 2 weeks ago. I replayed Firewatch at the start of that year, I think, in like 23. That was almost 4 years. Well, it was like 3.5 years or 4 years ago or almost or something like that. And Firewatch is one of my favorite games. I love Campo Santo. I'm sad that Valve bought them out and turned them, essentially killed. Campo Santo's not like dead, but they're essentially dead because they just work on Steam now. They don't make video games. And the game that they had in development is dead. It's permanently shelved, to everybody's knowledge. I don't expect Gabe to let Campo Santo actually make anything, which is, I think, the sad part. Is the owners of Campo Santo, I don't think really cared because they sold the company to Valve, but that's a bit of a shame. So this is for a new tree. We have to use this to get the new tree. You want a very specific one, okay. This guy. You wanted proof that we made it through the previous part authentically, I see. Now let's watch the animation. Give me a second. Ooh! It's red. We got another Panemona over there. What are your fruits? They are like an off blue. They're like a... They have a gradation to them. They're still blue. But they're not like the weird purple blue. They're not like the phthalo blue of those other ones. They're just a kind of a cyan, kind of a... Yeah, just kind of like a regular blue, kind of like the grass over here in this kind of lighting. So, I don't think we're going to be using the frost ones anytime soon now, at this point. So I'm just going to chuck them. I keep hitting the shovel while doing that. Okay. You go here. I may as well just chuck these too, because we're probably going to have to like evolve these into some sort of new type of fruit as well. So I'm just cleaning house. And hoping I don't regret that. Alright. That was convenient. Oh, there's a bunch of them. If we could grab like one more, that would be peak. That would be Kino. Full! We have all of them. Okay. So now, since we are technically in hostile environment at the moment, I'm going to plant one here. This is the right one. Yes, it is. Alright, let's see how they do. They do sure seem to do. If you don't ask me myself, I think they all ready to go. Old Farmer Joe taught me the magic of growing trees when I was a wee young lad. And I tell you what, it ain't as easy as them kids on the street make it out to be. You gotta find the right succulent fruit. Grab it. Whoop. Grab it by the bottom. Give it a good old sniff. See if it's rotten or not. Okay, so we got these guys going. Oh, we're full. Alright, let's get this up and running. What are you... Oh. Right. I was like, why? It's because we don't have this up and running yet. So... I need to... We have no battery. And we must scream.
Ah! We're gonna die. We're gonna die.
Yeah, I think we're good at the moment. I'm gonna put a tree over here as well. May as well. Finish out the grassy knoll. Make it look pretty. I'm so pretty, you're so pretty. Everyone deserves to be so pretty. Beauty define. On a grand scale. That rainstorm's gonna be a bit of a problem, isn't it? I don't know why, but I have a feeling. Me in like 10-15 minutes is gonna either acknowledge that or not. It could be fine. It could be fine. I'm having my doubts though for some reason. I think it's because the tornado took longer than I expected it to. It didn't go badly, it just took a while. Probably about twice as long as I kind of hoped it would. Oh, you look messed up. What is this? Look at this broken vertice on this polygon here. What are we looking at? It's like, oh yeah, it's like you have this polygon here. We're just stroking it now. We have this polygon here, and then we have like this broken vertice with it that's like trying to go up here. I don't know how the RNG qualities of the trees and their branches work. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if there's like 5 or 10 models or whatever of each of these trees, and it just randomizes which one it decides to make. or if it like is completely just something generated out of pieces, and it could possibly make something that's just really bad looking. I don't know how the tree engine works in this game, but that is that's like, this is like when you see some broken polygons in like a Dreamcast game. I need to replay Sonic Adventure on my own as well. I've been meaning to do that lately. I just haven't gotten around to it. Not for the channel, just for me. I already have it up on the channel if you want to see it. I love Sonic Adventure. One of my favorite games. Okay, so we got a rainstorm here. Let's shoo it away for the moment. So, what do we got? Right, we have 2 tree types. We have... Oh, we also have to make this into a triangle now. So we're full up on these, so we're going to use this. So... hopefully the rain doesn't hurt us too much. Here it comes. Here it comes! It didn't really hurt. Oh. It did kill the tree, though, really fast, which is unfortunate. Return to game. It killed you so fast, I'm astonished at that. Plant trees that match normal soil near trees matching conditions so they can support each other. Yes, I'm trying to make them. I'm trying to make the better tree. Okay, let's see if this one dies or not. It already showed up red, so it already signaled that it's gonna die. But, like, I want to see if we can get a seed off this guy. I think it's feeding off energy of another tree somewhere. That might be helpful anyway. Let me see if we can help with that. I'm gonna try to plant 2 of them and just see if that might help. And hide behind this rock. Ah, they're supporting each other. We got fruit. What is this? Come on. I think this is new. Yes. Okay. This is good. I feel like such a little goblin doing this, but, like, this is the method. This is the method we're going with. Oh, there was another one. Okay. You just move like a crab when you're so small here. Has this tree grown any fruits? I don't think it has. Now it has. Why isn't it taking him anymore? What's wrong with you? Oh, it's It's a complete... Oh, it's the other one that we needed. Isn't nature magical? Okay. So... I mean, at this point, we kind of have to get rid of the last regular one of these. The mango-looking ones. Okay, no, come on. Okay. Okay, yeah, I didn't realize that that would happen that way. Okay. Nature, finds a way. Yeah, we did the exact same process to get these trees, I think. I think it was the same seeds, and it gave us 2 different trees. I think it was the same seeds. I don't know. That's fine. We needed it anyway. I'm just kind of surprised. I'm just going to stock up. Yeah, one thing I'm hoping with the next concert gig stuff I'm doing at the end of the month is... I talked at length a bit last time about my experiences with the Red Vox concert. The concert itself was great. It's just the people there were some of the worst that I've experienced at a concert, and I think ever since I started going to concerts regularly, which is funny because some of them have been like metal concerts, alt-rock concerts, art rock concerts, psych concerts, 70s pop type stuff, and the people at the Red Vox one, they had completely no perception of spatial awareness is the key word, which was really odd, and I just kind of had to deal with it. The band itself was fantastic, but I am full on expecting that kind of group for this next concert I'm going to, given what kind of music this is. So, I will not be complaining about that one. If anything, I might just have like a weird anecdote or a funny anecdote. Hopefully no bad anecdotes. Hopefully no bad anecdotes about that one. It's not my kind of scene, man. It's like, I go to a concert. I understand, that's the thing, is like I talked about it last time, but it's like, I understand a lot of people want to go there and have like an experience, man, and trip their balls on whatever bad vices they have and shit to get the most out of it for their personal experience. Keep that at home, please. Because, like, at least for me, and most people who go to these concerts, they know concert etiquette, and there's a lot of shit you just keep at home, dude. Because it might be fun for you, but it's not going to be fun for, like, the 10 people around you who have to deal with you. If anything, they're either going to be pissed at you, annoyed at you, or concerned about your health and safety. Okay, this seems to be working well. Oh, we have the windmill kind of up and running a bit. Is it just up and running in full, or... We haven't really reached it, but it seems to be going. But yeah, no, this next concert at the end of the month, I'm fully expecting a lot of weirdos. And, we'll see how that goes. It will be the funniest thing in the world if the crowd there is more concert etiquette inclined than the Red Vox one. That will be the funniest and most unbelievable thing to me. Okay, I feel like we need to plant another tree, maybe like right here. And then maybe like another one right here. Yeah, that would blow my mind, and that would be the funniest situation to me. Okay, they seem to be surviving. The vines have grown up on the windmill. So, I think we're good. That's the thing, with these weather phenomena, it's always a big question mark. I always, in anything in life, keep my expectations low. So, I'm just like, okay, if it works, it works. It's better to keep... In my experience in life, it's better to keep your expectations low on everything and just enjoy the shit out of stuff in the moment you see that it works. Don't ever get too excited about anything without, like, actual proof of it. Because then when you have that, when you have that actual proof in front of you, and you can kiss it, and look at it, and hold it, and everything, then you know it's real, and you can actually get excited about it rationally. So when I see these trees, and they're growing, I'm like, okay, are you going to survive? Are you going to die? Will you make me happy or sad? It doesn't matter which way. If it's the bad way, then we're going to try again until we get it right. It's the scientific process or theory or whatever the heck they taught us in middle school. Nope, I don't want to be in the tree. Get me out of the tree. Get me out of the tree. Get me out of the tree. Thank you. Let go of me, tree. I may be a tree hugger, but I don't need the trees hugging me. Personal space. Jeez. Okay, I mean, that's kind of it with the windmill. It's up and running. So we just have to get over to the big guy then. Whoa, I did not mean to do that. Where the heck are... Okay. I think we just flew up into a tree up here. Okay. That is very much not what I intended. We have this, which I don't think that this is supposed to be energized already, but it seems that some other trees from another area have bled through into here to power it. I'll take it. We need to raise up. I'll take it. But I don't think that's supposed to be what's going on here. Oh, that was a lovely audio glitch. That was very Sky of the game right there. That was a classic Sky, like, audio priority issue. And the skybox just got kind of weird. Okay. Can we... Do I have to use this hand? Whoa, yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Okay. So, can I move on here? I can. Okay. I didn't know if I could move on these bars, actually. Okay. So here's the new windmill. We're gonna jump as close as we can over here. It's this one. So yeah, we got another area completed today, which is fantastic because this one was not as cumbersome as the last one, but I feel like it was about as long. I was kind of hoping this area would be a little bit quicker than the last one, given that it seemed like there was less hazards. I don't know. I don't know what time it is. I literally don't even know what time it is. I'm not going to look at the time until I take the headset off and we're done. But I'm going to assume that this zone took about as long as the last one. Oh, that is not the right fruit. Do we have any more? No, we don't. Okay. Well, here we go. Because this is also another thing with me, like, being busy and wanting to get some progress in this game, see how far we can get in it quickly, is if I'm away from it for a long time, say like I don't play this for like a month or something, or 2 months, what have you, I'm probably going to forget a lot of how this game works, to be honest. So I've been doing my best playing this like once a week, and that has been perfect for me, both in my enjoyment of the game and also just retaining knowledge of how this game works and the gameplay loop, what is expected, and just like my enjoyment of this. This looks, once again, I brought this up I think like 2 parts ago or something, but just like if you showed this to me in like the early 2000s or something, it just looks so beautiful. It's stark and it's interesting in 3D space like this, but it has that kind of weird abstractism that you would see in like the early 2000s in a way, specifically the windmill, I guess. It's just like that whole kind of early 3D kind of thing. I don't know. This doesn't look early 3D at all, but there's just some like sentiments there. I think we are full up on this seed. So let's take a look. So last time it wanted me to climb up from the inside. It was glitching out pretty bad when I tried to climb up from the outside like I did the first time. So I'm just going to try to climb up from the middle, I guess, again. Yeah. This is weird, man. Oh, a little bit of vertigo there. Alright, yeah, seriously, these stone structures, these wheels, remind me a lot of the wheels from Akihiro Izuhara's work. The guy who made Feudal Story and Panto Story, for people who don't know. I couldn't just throw it in. Energy grows. What do you mean? Are you saying that this just regenerates on its own now? Or what? Yeah, I don't know what that means. Anyway. Whoa, I think I told myself last time don't do that. This tunneling effect with the windmill, it looks like an insane strobe effect in VR. I don't know how it looks in 2D. I didn't review that part of the footage during editing last time, but man, does that hurt. Don't look at that in 3D. Okay. Yeah, energy grows. I don't know what that means entirely, but sure. That's another one of them down. That looks like... Oh, up there. I was going to say, is there a fast travel way to get out of here? The previous ones did. This appears to be it. Spooky audio. What's the soil here? Okay, the battery's dead. So it doesn't seem like the battery regens on its own, I don't think. Maybe it just... If it's just like it regenerates faster at one of these things, then... That's a little less impressive than the jumping abilities we've been getting lately, but I'll take it. You know, I just noticed that right there. That is spooky looking? I don't think I've noticed that this whole playthrough. I don't know if I have. It's a giant sandstorm over there. It looks like the beginning of the... Well, that's where the last windmill... I could see the last windmill up there. That's behind the beginning area, I'm pretty sure. So I think that is supposed to, quote-unquote, be the Cataclysm, this giant world-destroying sandstorm, maybe? I don't remember if we've seen that this whole playthrough or not, but it at least very much sticks out right now. So, in any case, I'm pretty sure next time that's where we're going to be going. This now lets you go even further from trees. Oh, so this just has like a better life. We got a battery improvement, everybody. Like, I know it's supposed to be improved, but I'm just like, in what way? Oh, it's... Yeah, you could kind of see, like, even the, like... What's the right word? Just the woodwork that connects it along these ridges here. This, to me, I think is all new. It doesn't... either these wrappings are new on it or something. It looks a little different. So it wants to force us to use it like that by doing this. Are we as high as we can get? Yes, we are. This is kind of weird being in like the rainstorm, but also the sandstorm at the same time. Yeah, it works nicely. Okay. This is also the other weird part about playing this game for like a long period of time, is that like you get so like in the groove and the vibe of just the mechanics and what you're doing in this game. This very easily is a game that if I didn't have this giant thing mounted on my head, I could easily play this whole thing through in like one go. Because you just get so attuned into this space and the mechanics that honestly, it's almost kind of like Uncharted to me, where like I kind of don't want to put it down because I just get so into it. But like I know I just have to for my eyes' sake, and like my eyes don't hurt at all right now. But I know when I take this off, I'm gonna feel like I was in a scuba mask for like 2 hours. If you know that feeling after you've been in like a pool or the ocean or anything. That very much is, the VR headset, I think I talked about this the first part, but I was very surprised in how it was lighter than I remembered it being years ago when I used it. I used to remember this thing being kind of heavy. It's not, but it is still a little bit of a weight on your head. So like when you take it off, you're like, oh, I was just in virtual space for a few hours. I'm born again. Okay, so we have waves that are destroying trees. Those dead trees presumably were, like, those are preserving them. There's dead trees around them. Oh, that isn't waves. That's supposed to be like the sand. So the sand kills the trees. So this is kind of just weirdly at the end of the game kind of giving you some lore for some reason, which we've kind of already known for most of this. The sandstorm kills the trees. Those things help us revive, are like sanctuaries for trees. They help us revive the trees. And the big Panamona in the middle, the giant windmill over there. It's looking mighty fine. This guy will help us clear away and prevent the massive waves of death and destruction, presumably from that. And that is what we're doing right now. This is still very spooky to me. It never stopped being spooky from the first time we crossed like this. We're getting pretty low on the battery. I'm putting a lot of trust into just running out and doing this. Okay, it worked. Okay. Let's watch the new sail form in. If it wants to. Oh, we had to pass through the gate first. Okay. Yeah, you could. Okay, yeah, you could just see it in real time. That's nice. Yeah. Okay, so we have to pass through this first. Yay! 3 down. We got 1 more to go, which is by the death area over there. We're gonna do that next time because I don't know how long that will take. I don't know if it's gonna be a big area like these previous ones or if it'll be smaller. I have no idea what to expect. But in any case, we are rocking and we are rolling with this. And honestly, if it wasn't like... Do I have my phone next to me? No. I was going to say, what time actually is it? It's given when I started this, it's probably like 1 in the morning or something now. So I'm like, if I had more time to just like go all night, I would try and finish this tonight, but I can't. So next time, we will continue into the last part of Wind and Leaves, I presume. And it looks like we're going to be heading back towards the starting area for the climax. Yeah, I'm really tempted. I'm just like, how long could this be? Let me check what time it is, and I want to see like how long this has gone running real quick. And I'll be right back. This is why I have this table here, so I can put these down. I can take my headset off, which also is my mic, so I'll be back in a second. Whether or not if we continue, you'll already know by the length of this video whether we continue or not, but... Sorry if you hear any shuffling noises while I get all the gear back on. Where are my hands? Here are my hands. Which one is my hands? They are on backwards again. So, it is currently 1:08 in the morning for me right now. I think I want to try and finish this. Let's take a look. Okay, cable situation. Thing is, I want to double check where all these cables are going around me. Okay, that one's fine there. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, like setup. Okay, adjust this a little bit. Yeah, taking this thing off very much is like it's very much like taking off a scuba mask. Yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna see how my theory is that this is not a super long area because it's the beginning area, but we'll see. It's 1 in the morning for me, but like I'm in the mood. I have the gumption tonight to see if we can finish this. Could be an hour, could be hour and a half or so. I hope it's not an hour and a half, but let's give it a shot. Let's just... I'm just really curious. I'm like, how long could this be of a final area? And hopefully I don't regret those words by it being like 2 or 3 hours long of a segment. I didn't even actually like check to see how long... Ow, I hit the table. To see how long I've been playing so far. But, given that I started around like 10 something, I think, like 10:15 or something, maybe. I don't know. It's been a few hours, and I also don't want this to go over like 4.5 hours or something, just for Sony Vegas's rendering time. I've talked about that plenty, but the software really does not like to render 4K videos longer than like 4 to 4.5 hours. It can do it, but it gets really, really cranky with its operating system. Like it's not like my computer has a problem doing it. It could do that for days, but like Vegas itself as a program gets really cranky and doesn't like when the runtime is exceptionally long. When it's longer like when it's longer than a traditional movie, it starts getting kind of cranky about it. Okay, so this is the starting area. We were here last time trying to find like the right seeds for the area we were in, which didn't end up working well. There was nothing for us here last time. But now we're here with a purpose. And our purpose is that windmill up there. So this is the actual starting area. We have jump points. Nice. Ooh. Fancy. There's also a gate here for some reason. So we got tree stuff, we have planting stuff. It's just kind of weird to see like this gameplay lore question mark of like what we've been doing this whole game just kind of here at the end of the game when it's just the game mechanics for the most part. Like, yeah, fixing the windmills are good. What kind of... Ooh, this could be a problem. Oop. So first things first, we're going to skip over here. We have a jump point. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. So that's what they did. They made it be like a bunch of different types of trees through this last area. So that means that we will probably have to backtrack to old areas again to look for the right trees when we need them. Oh no. So we can't get this without the snow ones. Which, mind you, we're also taking some damage at the same time as this. Oh, Trebuchet. You had to do that. I see why. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the old one. I see why, but still, that's cheeky in a way that I don't think is really warranted. Let me take a look at this gate. Yeah, it wants frost. Oh, so this is actually telling us exactly what we need. So, there was a weird sound effect in the music that made me thought it was like a person. So we need a snow horizontal circle. The problem with this is I'm going to forget these. Snow horizontal. We need a new type that's the snow with this. Okay, so we have to make a new tree out of that one. We need the green one horizontal square. We need the green one horizontal triangle. So these ones to me, which is weird because most of these ones are ones that we encountered in the area in the previous video, not more recently. These are from like the snowy area and such, almost all of them. Almost all of them except for like that new tree one that we need to mix with this, which is just kind of odd. Okay. So, unfortunately, we gotta backtrack. Is it possible just to, like, speed things up by just jumping from tree to tree? Well, we got a trophy for doing that. Yeah, this is making it less cumbersome. It's still just like a, come on, man, we have to go back. Also, there's a slight issue in that I need to charge the battery. Also, climbing down the trees, please. Come on. Thank you. I got a little motion sick at the end of that one. What are you? No. No, we don't need you. Well, at least we know what the game is asking of us for this last area. But, man, I was kind of hoping... Which is why I was kind of bothered by it last time with having to, like, try and look for that other seed that we went... We backtracked through all the areas that we had been through and we couldn't find it. I was really hoping that there wasn't going to be much of any backtracking in this game. And, truth be told, there technically really wasn't until this now. So... That's actually a great question. I haven't really, like, grown any trees out here specifically. Can you, like, grow new variants of some of these trees so you don't have to go back into the actual areas for them? That is a lot of seeds, thank you. Okay, so what are we getting? We also have to be thoughtful about this. We're going to get rid of... I'm going to get rid of this. Out of presumption that we won't really need it. We're going to take this. This is a vertical. I know that we need the horizontal. What is this? Nothing. I saw this pedestal here and I'm just like, okay, if I put it on this, does it like turn into that version of it? But no. Because this is just the, yeah, it's just the horizontal one. The regular. It's so sad to leave a ton of fruits like that on the ground. It's so wasteful. It's sad. Okay, let me take a look at this guy over here. See what they are. I know we need the green ones, vertical, and I think horizontal. This is the one with the weird pink slime looking stuff. We don't really need this guy. At least from what I saw on that register, the gateway we passed through, we didn't need that kind. I'm just going to test this real quick. Can we grow stuff here? There's no marker for it, so I'm just like... I'm going to go with one of these and this guy. It looks like we can't combine them here. They just don't want to, which is good to know. So we're going to go to this other green tree. That is square? I don't know if we need the square ones, actually. Given that... No, put you back. Given that we don't need these guys, I'm going to get rid of them right now. This might actually end up getting split up into another session, purely because of how finicky this is. But I'm going to do what I can today. So, with this being the case, we're going to go back into the previous area with the snow. Oh. Weird layering. Weird layer priority or render issue. Not sure. Like that, the fog, it just disappeared. Now it's like back again. Okay, yeah, that's weird. Anyway. So that was over here. So we're gonna go back over here, see what we can get out of the snowy terrain. Then come back and try to progress in that other area. The new area. Alright, here we go. I'm also going to shut up about like stories and such for the most part for the rest of this because I just want to kind of lock in. This is where I'm just like, this isn't much of like a cozy game, quote unquote, in the traditional sense, in the fact that it is a puzzle game that you kind of have to focus on. I can multitask, so it's no problem for me to chit-chat while doing this stuff, but right now I'm like, no, if we want to finish this today in some capacity, I have to shut up, I have to nut up and shut up. Alright. So, what kind of trees are these again? They're not the snowy ones, but... like, what are you? Whoa, my hand is totally freaking out. Okay, it is the gooey ones, the one with the pink stuff. That's the other thing, is like, these are big areas, so it's just like, okay, I know roughly where they were before, but, it's gonna take some minutes to get back to them and try to figure out where they were. Okay, so this was... if I can raise myself up again. This was the first windmill, which we did second, because we mistook where we were supposed to be and doing. So I just want to see what the seeds are for this guy. What are you? Not needed. Okay. Like, I know we're looking for the frost trees, they're the bluish ones. I just want to double check with these green guys. This is where we kind of forced our way through to progress. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. I was like, we didn't get all of the tree types for this area last time. I have no idea what that one is. We got almost all of them, just missing that one. Yeah, I'm not about to focus on that right now. Okay, we're almost there. The flight has some crazy range sometimes. Okay, this is one of the ones we're looking for. Oh, we already had some. Okay. So, we have this one that we were looking for. We also want them horizontal. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about with the drop rates for these trees just not being super great. I'm not sure if I'm just not seeing them fall, or if they just legitimately don't have a great drop rate. Or are we full? I think we're full. So, in that case, let us progress. I want to get rid of the snowstorm real quick. Yeah, figuring out I can jump from tree to tree like this in this capacity, I think is a real good thing. Yeah, I want to get back over towards the windmill, just to see what kind of trees we have going on over there. We have the destroyed windmill down there. It's actually not letting me prompt the flight mechanic. Yeah, it doesn't let me prompt it from the bridge for some reason. Okay. We're back at this windmill. Let's see about the seeds we can get here. What are you? You're the ooey gooey ones. We don't want that. We want horizontal. I don't know if they're here or not. I have a feeling that it's just gonna be those. Well, what kind of green trees are here? What are you? Yeah, it's all the pink ones, which is not what I need at all right now. Okay, well, now we know that the trees throughout most of this are not the ones that we need. These ones are different. That's what I'm talking about. The range of the flights sometimes is kind of crazy. Okay, what are you? You have a triangle with you, which honestly is kind of a good thing. But that's the thing is we also have other fruits that are... most of what we have is triangles. So I'm not sure if that really matters or not. Alright, for now we're going to go back. We're going to try to progress in the new area. I'm not sure how well that'll go, but we're just going to see. If we can't get super... well, if we can't get super far, then I'm probably going to call it for today. And we'll try to pick it up tomorrow so we have plenty of time to waste some, like, hour or two trying to figure out how to navigate it. My main thing is like, okay, how do we get back now? Through this, I think? Yeah, from this. Alright. So we're going to have to run through this tornado again. Fly, climb, fly, climb, fly, drop down, stand up. Okay. And run. Well, now I know what is specifically over there for the winter stuff. So if there's anything else, like a horizontal tree or anything like that, I'm pretty sure we haven't grown it. I'm pretty sure these should tell us what we have over there as well. Yeah, vertical, we have the vertical. The one we don't have is the maple tree leaf horizontal square. So, okay, good to know. Yeah, we've never made the winter tree as a horizontal tree. That's something we've never done before. Okay, we could have looked at that to know that in the first place, but okay. That's the thing is, through this whole playthrough, I haven't really realized that... like, I've assumed that these have kind of said, like, oh, what trees have we made in each area, but I've never bothered to, like with the Panemona at the start, the battery things, I've never just, like, sat down for a moment to, like, look at what the structure... what these structures specifically are. I know that they do this, but I've never really, like, you know, put it through my head that that is actually what they're supposed to be for. Make it, like, a solid... core part of the game. Okay. So for the area behind us then, what is here is green horizontal circle and maple vertical circle. Green horizontal circle. Because I know we need the green... Wait. What about the green vertical? Because I know we need that. Wait, do we have that already? Is that not this? No, that is horizontal square. So green horizontal circle is behind us. Is that in the frozen area over here? We have green vertical circle, yeah. Okay. So at present, we don't really need that for much. I know we need it in like that very, very first area we walk through, but we can just walk through that. That's where I'm just like, if we don't need that for, like, for completion of getting to the end of the game, then I don't really care. But, okay, our battery's full. Let's go back. The green trees back here we do need, though, I think. Well, no, because it wants the vertical, so it wants that other one. So, we can ignore these ones for now. I think. Well, I don't know. We're going to see. This is going to be a trial and error. This is where I'm just like, this is probably going to split into another part where we have more time to kind of putz around. I am glad that I'm learning this at the end of a video, though, instead of starting a video figuring all this stuff out. That's the other thing, is like, this is further away from the rest of the game, and it's a starting area. It's like weirdly chugging trying to load this stuff in compared to anywhere else on the map from my experience. I talked about this last time when we were here while I was talking about Redvox and such. And like this map is just kind of chuggy back here for some reason. I don't know if I'm assuming it's just deloading a bunch of stuff through the rest of the main game, but it's very noticeable here. Right. Well, I can see we have to jump up to get it, so that's not that big of an issue. You want horizontal. We have horizontal square. So we're going to ignore this area for now. We have our improved battery, which is good for here. So it wants horizontal for this. We've never grown a horizontal before. So let's see if this does that. It gave us a positive signal for it. We don't really need to recharge our battery right now. This other tree next to it is also trying to support it. I just want to see about the seeds. It dropped a seed. We got it. problem is now, so I want to keep those. I'm gonna get rid of you guys. It's a little concerning there because I see like some dying particle effect there. So I'm like, I'm not sure if this tree is as I thought. I'm like, is it gonna die? Okay, well we got the right seed. We got one of them, so we need this one to live. It might just be because it was too close to that other tree or that pole. I'm not sure. Oh, that other baby tree right there just died. Why are these trees dying? Okay, we got some more seeds here, which is good. Yeah, they keep dying. Is it just because they need more of them to survive, or what? What is this place? That's correct. I'm gonna put one down here, too. This is weird. Like, it's kind of weird and kind of not, because I'm expecting this to be fine. There's no real natural issue here with, like, there's no storm, there's no nothing. They're just, like, dying. They're almost acting like flowers. Where they kind of die after a maturation point. Which is making me very paranoid about getting these fruits, then, to make more of them if we need them. This little guy has made some fruits on his own, which is nice. Come on. There we go. Alright. Let's see if these trees are alright after... I'm going to refill my battery. You haven't made any tree seeds. I hear an accordion. The menacing accordion. Yeah, they're feeding off of each other. They're supporting each other now with two of them. So, I mean, this environment just seems to, yeah, request us have multiple trees of the same... Well, not necessarily the same, but, you know, ones that can survive here. To support each other. As real forests do. Okay. So I think we're good here. This seems to be stable. My thing is like just making the area stable. So we can come back here, get some of the same fruits again, know that this battery center's fine. Got some lore glyphs. Aw, do you want us to jump down? Yeah. Yeah, the game's like, nah, you need to struggle now. I'm putting a lot of faith in the game right now. Because I hear that battery. I think I see a ridge. I definitely see a jump point. Can I reach it? No. You sons of guns. Trebuchet. You were putting a lot of faith in me in that one, and I appreciate that. That's the kind... I understood what was going on there, but like to someone who's even more OCD or like particular about situations like that than me, they would be having a little heart attack. Oh, that was fantastic. Why is that glyph kind of like going in and out of reality? There it goes. Let me take a look at it. Yeah, these glyphs see... Oh, that's interesting. They're having like a weird draw distance kind of like render issue. Like I could see it out of the very, very corner of my... This is like my limit of my peripheral vision right here. I don't even know if you can see it because the VR just captures stuff straight on like a TV kind of. Like when it's being captured into 2D. But like I see the glyph on the wall out of the very corner of my peripheral vision, and it just disappears when I try to look at it. It's the same with over there. I can see it out of my peripheral vision very, very faintly, and it disappears. That is some type of rendering issue. Which is kind of weird to have at the very end of your game. And also it's one I haven't noticed throughout the rest of the game. Like, how does that happen? I see a windmill, which means we're probably close to an actual windmill to start up. I would love to get, like, a battery recharge. What is the soil here? They need multiple to support each other. So we're going to try to make this tree. Let's see if it works. We also need batteries, which is important. I see another jump point, so we might be able to abuse that. Oh, right. We need to make, like, 2 of these guys. Alright, let's hope this works. They're feeding off of each other. I see a battery station up there. Okay, we got a save situation, so I think the game understood what happened. It seems to be fine, but once again, I'm just very hesitant. What are you? You're what is needed. So, I'm gonna get rid of you. I'm gonna get rid of you. Yeah, I'm just gonna get... Nope, you stay. I'm just gonna get rid of these pink, orangey, mango-looking ones for these new ones. Because that is what we need for this environment here. Oh yeah, we're right in front of that sandstorm. Okay, we are full. Let's take a jump up here, see what we're looking at. Okay, so that goes around here. Okay, we can speed this up then. This is the thing, is like we have to get this done now to fill up this battery again. Alright, let's see if this works with 2. Okay, so I'm gonna plant more here. So we can survive. And connect the tree network. There's a lot of seeds on this guy. Are these the ones? These are the ones I threw away before. I was like, wait, why are there so many? Let's let them grow a bit. Yeah, they're all linking up, which is good. I love it when I just happen to look at a tree and it just spawns in the seeds that I need. That is so nice. It is in the words of David Lynch, it is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Oh, we got a thing up here. What is this? I can't really fly to that, so I'm guessing I have to be up higher, maybe? Yeah, that's like a fast travel point, I guess. It looks like there's a spot up there for it, yeah. I don't think I can cheese it. Can I? Nope. Nothing. Okay. Okay, so more of the same, that's good in my opinion. I'm just gonna let this grow. No, my voice is starting to give out because I've been at this a bit longer than I intended. But I'm locking in to see what we can see and feel what we can feel, man. Just keep stocking up in case we run into more areas that need these. These trees are so tiny. How many do we got? We may as well be full, so we're good. No, no, controller, please. I could grab one more. You can never have too many until you're trying to get rid of them. No, I don't want to climb the tree. Get me out of there. I just want to raise myself up. There we go. Okay, so this area is safe. We got the windmill. So what do you want here? The same thing again, which is fine. But we are now under threat of death from the sandstorm. Oh, and we have pretty low battery too, which is not great. So I'm going to see if this works. We have 3 trees up here. Got the windmill kind of starting up. We got a new tree over here, which is good. Okay. I'm going to plant a tree like right here. Raise myself up. See if we can get this windmill up and running with this little tree over here. Nice. That's how we do it in my neighborhood. That's how we roll in my shire. So we got that. Going to that, which is then going to the windmill, which I believe is on the other side of that mountain over there. So now we have to jump around. Yeah, this whole area seems to just be these weird, kind of sparse, craggy rock formations. Oh, right, we still have no battery. Yeah, there was nothing even there to help us with that. So, We cannot progress right now. We need to go back. We need to backtrack to a battery station because it wants us to run through a bunch of the desert again. Some more of the sandstorm. And we will die pretty much immediately. And I'd rather not have that. If I can help it. Wait, can we even survive that? I don't think we can. I think we have to take a death here. Because isn't the last battery stop like before the last desert area we had to run through and that's why it's so low? I think that's why. I'm just gonna take a death here, I guess. And just see what happens with that. So I may as well take one down here. Take me! Take me into the nether realms! It's so beautiful. I can see Mother Earth from here. Such a bright light. Oh, that's cool. That's what's behind us when we die. Huh. It's green. Right. Anyway. I mean, yeah, that works out anyway, because we could just get back to where we were by doing that. Alright, yeah, that's not a concern to me then. That's the thing, is I'm doing my best to be concerned about death in this game, but sometimes the game just throws you a cool one, and you can just do that. Alright, so we got another windmill right here, so I'm assuming this is the second one before the last, so we might actually get this done today. I didn't know if we would or not, but we might. I'm still holding out on my thoughts on that. So, what is the soil here? It wants a pine tree square. Oh man, it wants a salad. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to say, but Psychospora, whatever the heck the parasitic thing is going around in the Midwest right now. So we gotta see if this salad works out. Or if it gives us explosive diarrhea or not. So, let's see if this works. They're feeding off of each other. And it seems to be working. I'm gonna plant another one in the same fashion with 2 seeds. Because we have a bunch of these guys. I'm tempted to go to that battery station right now. I'm gonna let these 4 dudes see if they can make it. First off, what are you? Yay, you're the new one. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this guy. And take this. There's another one. Take you. Are there any of you in the tree that I can see? Not that I can see. There's one up here. Hit the table. As is tradition. And probably will be tradition. Yeah, this seems to be working, so I'm going to plant these. Just to conserve on some of the seeds that we do have already. Oh, no, 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 no. Put you back. I want the new seed. This guy. And you're coming with me. Okay, I think that's it for now. Okay, we got that. We have you. I want to stock up on these guys because they might be needed in the next area. Come on, come on. There we go. La 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 la. Yeah, so far for our last area, this one's more stressful in my opinion in that, like, there is a chance we have to backtrack tremendously in the game to get what is needed to progress. That hasn't really happened so far. Well, it happened once a little bit. I wouldn't say it was too bad. Why are you floating in midair? Like, huh? Okay. Sure. I'll take you. You're the magic one. You're the best one in the universe. You can fly. He can fly. All right, let's see if this windmill starts up. Yep. Oh, we're full up on that. Okay. And it looks like it's pretty much a straight shot, but it looks like we have to cross through some more of the desert. Space is needed between them to grow. I mean, yeah, I'm not seeing an issue with that so far. Okay. Give me some of that beautiful battery juice. Oh, I think it gave that warning because one of the automatically generated ones was trying to grow where I planted one, and it just decided to choose the one that I had planted myself. Okay. All right, let's take a look. I want to get a straight shot at this. So I don't see any jumping points from here, but right in front of us is the windmill, so let's see what we can get. Can see a windmill up ahead, one of the small ones. Our battery's at about half now. I can see a jump point on the left. Can we get to it? Yes, we can. That's the last windmill. This is like one of the highest points in the game. Is there anywhere higher up here that we can get to? I don't think so. No? Alrighty. Well, we're able to just jump right up onto it. Alright. The last wheel. Whoop. I flub it right at the end, too. Get in there, you. Whoa. Something's going on. It doesn't look like we unlocked any new ability from this, so I'm just gonna leave. What was that last glyph? Hold on a second. I mean, it's essentially saying we won. This, the big Panemon in the middle will dispel the cataclysm. Even though the cataclysm kinda seems like it's already here. Oh, I can't use the time mill. What's going on? Things are happening that I don't fully understand at the moment. We gotta get back. Yeah, we didn't grow one of the types of trees. Don't really care. It's fine. I don't need the trophies for PlayStation. I'm not a trophy hunter. It's just amusing. It's amusing when I do get a tree for something, well, a trophy, for something I don't fully understand. Yeah, like the time mill's kind of doing its own thing. It's being weird. I don't entirely know what's going on with it. I'm assuming it's a function... Like you can see, it's like speeding things up on its own. So I'm assuming this is just part of the finale. I didn't really expect to beat this game today. I assume that's what's going on here. My battery's full, though. Which is also interesting. I can barely see, man. Gotta run. It's funny, I can see more in this desert area than I can up in the trees. I'm assuming this is the cataclysm coming, and... Well, this is the interesting thing, is our battery hasn't depleted. Whoa. There goes our shovel, and the battery's gone now. So we can't plant trees anymore. Oh, I just pulled this fruit out of the bag we don't have anymore. I think. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that seems like a bug. Whatever. What is that up there in the sky? Is that an eclipse? That's like an eclipse or something up there. Or some sort of giant funnel hole. I don't know. So, do we have to do something at this structure now? Do we have to climb it? I think we have to put the time mill up there. That's what I'm guessing. We're gonna climb this thing and see what it can do. If we can climb it. Is this another situation where it doesn't want us to climb it from, yeah, it doesn't want us to climb it from the outside. Right. Well, this has been a heck of a game. I did not really expect to finish this today, to be honest. I kind of just did it on a whim. There it is. And, yeah, regardless of how this ends, thank you for watching. Got little effigies kind of spawning around us on these fabrics. Thank you for joining me on this adventure that most people haven't played. I'll stick that in there one more time. One last time. I think more people should play this, but I do understand just why this is kind of roughly an unknown title. I don't need the fruit. Oh, it's going to keep spawning these until I get rid of them all, isn't it? Yep. It's like everything in our pack. Just get rid of it all. Okay, is that the whole bag? That's the whole bag. It despawned the bag and our shovel and all that and our battery, but the contents of the bag didn't despawn. So, Trebuchet, if you're still willing to develop anything for this game, maybe fix a patch with that at the very end. Anyway, let's send this counterclockwise and see how this ends. Why would I want to skip? Also, I don't actually know what button that is. Oh, it's just credits. Okay. Oh, funny glyph. Oh, my hands are just gone. Okay, yeah, we're just looking at this and this is just the credits. Okay. I was like, am I able to move around in this at all? No. No. Okay, yeah, so that is Winds and Leaves, a very late PlayStation VR game that most people have never heard about and most people have never played. I am now one of the few people. I think I'm either the first or the second person who's done like a playthrough of this on YouTube. I don't know. It's another Pewdle story, Panto story situation. Well, the Pewdle story one was I was the first person to like fully translate the game and like explain the game and everything. I think the previous person who might have done like a Pewdle story playthrough like 7 years ago or something just played like the game with no audio or something. I don't remember. Vibe Avenue. Vibe Avenue did a great job with the soundtrack here. I bought it. I enjoyed it. It explained a little bit about some of the things in this game, like the Pandemona and such, and yeah. I can't see whoever these ones are supposed to be. This tree is in the way. That's funny. Because yeah, I can't interact at all with this, so that's... Whoever those were there, that's funny. I'm sorry. Waco Factory, don't know who they are. The user interface design consultation, I guess. UX design. Aw, that's lovely. I want that on like a pin or something. Just that design right there. That would be lovely on like a pin. Made in Unity, powered by Wise, funded by the Canadia, the Canada Media Fund. Yeah, the classic Canada Arts Fund type project where it's just funded by the government. That's funny. Yeah, this is fantastic. This is another game that's going to stick with me for a long time. Just, that's the thing. I, as sarcastic and as, you know, like my personality is on the outside, authentically, fantastic. Fantastic. The shame is I kind of can't really recommend this too much because nobody I know personally in real life has a PlayStation VR. I know this is on Steam, so if I know anybody who's into like VR, I know some people who do use VR and such. I've recommended this game twice so far. And both times the people seemed very curious, they seemed very interested, but I don't know if they played them yet. I'm not going to follow up and say, hey, did you play that game I asked you to look at? And it's just like, no, I'm not that kind of guy. But, what does continue do? I'm curious, what does continue do for this? Oh, okay, this is the classic game scenario where it just puts you back at the end of the game to experience the very end again. I mean, I guess this is a way for you to, like, bail if you want to, so you can go back to previous areas. Why did it put the time mill over here? Aww. It messed with my settings. So when you start this game, you get to choose which side you want stuff on, and it just put it to, like, some sort of default. Oh, okay, I fixed it. Nice. Thank you. Thank you for letting me fix that. But, yeah. That is Wind and Leaves. This is kind of a weird spot for us to end it on now that we're back at the end again. But, yeah. Fantastic game. I don't have a whole lot else to say about it. I didn't really expect to finish it today. I thought we would, have another part of it, but it worked out in the end, and we didn't really have to do too much backtracking. We just ended up backtracking to get some more of the frost fruits. So, yeah, very much recommend if you have a PlayStation VR. I assume it's fine to play on Steam. I know most of the Steam reviews for this game were that the controls were annoying as shit or something, and I had no problems at all with these controls, personally. Like, these movement controls, you do literally have to do this to move forward and such, but like I'm totally fine with that because I'm a regular dude who goes outside, so I'm used to moving my arms. So I don't know what those people had problems with. My only critique, what are my I actually have to sit back and think, like, what are my critiques with like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Black Flag resynced. I can easily list out a few things that need to be fixed. With Sky Children of the Light, with their current updates and such in Sky, I can easily list out stuff that I have critiques about. I don't really have critiques for this too much, aside from just, I think, the marketing. It's more of like an overview of like the other, the stratosphere around this game, I think, is more of the critique itself. Just like, I think the marketing for this game didn't do, like, just wasn't really well executed. I think putting it out so late on the PlayStation... Like, I'm glad it's on the PlayStation VR 1 so I can play this. I'm glad I have a physical copy of this game. I'm very glad about that. But that's actually just a great question. It's just like, would this have done better if it were like... I know it's on the PlayStation... I think this is on the PlayStation VR too. I know it's on the Steam, like on the Steam store for you to play on like any other type of device, really. But like, I'm just wondering, like, I don't know. I think this being a late-stage PlayStation VR game is very good for people like me, but that I don't think has too much of a bearing on, like, its success or, like, notoriety or anything like that. I think it really kind of just came down to the marketing for this game and, like, the word of mouth, and nobody played this on YouTube. That's the other thing, is like, I talked about this last time. Before I got this game, I looked up how many people had played it on YouTube, and it was scant. And before I did the last video last time, I looked up again just to double check, like, has anybody played it since I looked that up? No? Specifically, who were the people who had played this, and what length of video did they do? What kind of content were they trying to make with this? And, oh, that's wonderful. Just the sky turned back to normal now. That's lovely. Thank you for the eyesight. The people who played this were not, like, people who review or play through art games, quote-unquote. I like to call them art games, thoughtful games, games that are a bit more classy than things you might find on Steam or some other things. Things in that same realm of, like, Dear Esther, Firewatch, I brought those up earlier. What Remains of Edith Finch, Darazine, Robinson the Journey. This fits in very well with other, like, VR art games like Darazine, Robinson the Journey, Moss, things like that. The Myst VR versions, it fits in very well with the Myst VR versions and Riven VR. It's just a very specific market, and I just don't think it, I don't think it grew it funny enough since we have wings and we're about growing plants in this game. I don't think it grew its wings and flew. Just inherently from the way that this was released. So, I very much recommend this. I very much do. If you vibe with controls like this on stilts, if you vibe with nature like I do, I've had a blast with this in terms of just like I spent part of earlier in this session just talking about like the logic behind one of the Panamona devices, the battery things, and how that could work in with like natural actual like elements and like materials and stuff and plants and fungus. Just like trying to rationalize how some of this could work in real life, but rationalize it in real life in like a fantasy kind of topic, because some of that stuff is real scientifically proven phenomena with plants and fungus, but like putting it more into a mechanical function like this is a little bit more fantastical than that. It's more plant bioscience and mechanics, which is interesting. But yeah, that is Winds and Leaves. So thank you for watching. Next time, we will be continuing with some Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. We will be continuing with more Sky, Children of the Light. There's the sun up there. And more than likely, I'm still debating, more than likely we will be doing Concrete Genie's VR mode as the next VR video. It's not, I don't believe it's really a playthrough type thing. It's more of a game mode that was added in by Pixel Opus. And I'm very curious about it because the art book for Concrete Genie, which is quite rare, that I picked up earlier this year back in like March or April or something, there's a whole section dedicated to the VR thing, and I've never done it because I didn't own a VR... Well, I owned a VR system while I had the game for the first playthrough. I didn't have it when I did the recent playthrough last fall. And I am very curious about it. I've never done it before, and it looks fascinating. So that is probably... That's like a 90% chance that's what the next VR video is going to be, is the Concrete Genie VR mode. Because once again, that's another thing that most people have never done a video of on YouTube, weirdly enough. It's almost like PlayStation VR is a niche thing. It's almost like PlayStation VR is a niche thing for people who like artsy stuff. I can't even put any irony on that. It's just for people like me, pretty much. Just people who are into weird stuff, which is fun. So, I don't have anything else to add. Trebuchet, I know you're not watching this, but I'd love to see more weird, creative, and thoughtful stuff like this from you guys. This was great. This is wonderful. I don't understand why you make weird comedy VR games about, like, chickens being Cops and Robbers or whatever frankly, whatever the fuck I saw on your guys' website, it looked like trash. I'll be very frank about that. It looked like low class, low ball comedy trash. It looked like you may as well be making a Rick and Morty video game. Like, have some standards, man. That is my directorial critique. If you were in like a show of mine, that's the shit I would be telling you. Like, get your shit together. Because this is great. This is great. This is high class stuff. All right. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.